Have you been looking for a new reverse osmosis water system for your kitchen or your home? Boy, do I have a product for you that doesn't take hours to fill 1 cup of water and is nice and efficient and doesn't have that leaky air gap. It's the Nu Aqua 6-stage water system. This guy's pretty sweet and it will take your water and make it super clean. So as you can see in the box here, we have all the parts that we need to install this on any system. Most typically, you shouldn't really need too much. It has plenty of parts, and the good news is it has lots of spare parts. It has all the instructions that you need to get this guy up and running in no time. So as you can see, the box is very well packed, and this is the reason I got this guy, is because this actually realkalizes the water. So it really helps give you lots of health benefits. And then it also comes with our chrome faucet, and it comes with our 3 other filters, and everything's wrapped in plastic so you know it's clean whenever it comes up. And then here is our tank. So there's my old systems, the AO Smith water filter system. It's a 4-stage system, but I haven't liked this guy from the day I got it, from when my air gap got clogged, and it ruined the bottom of my cabinet, and it also ruined the floor in my basement. So I'm super excited to see this guy go. So next we're going to go ahead and get the tank ready. So as you can see, it comes with Teflon tape, and for each one of these fittings that doesn't have an O-ring, you're going to want to wrap it at least 7 to 10 times. And then we're going to go ahead and turn our valve and put that guy on there. And then this guy, you're just going to turn it on clockwise and make sure it's nice and tight. And I'm going to put it on the left side. And I know I got a tank back here last time, so I really like that I can really put it tight in the corner behind my drain, so that way I don't lose too much storage space. Now this valve that this comes with is really nice. It does 3/8 fittings and 1/2 inch fittings, so it should work with any typical kitchen setup. I have a 1/2 inch fitting. I have a 1/2 inch fitting that I'm going to take off. So what you're going to want to do is get an adjustable wrench and then take off your old water line on the cold side. Make sure it is on the cold side. And then next we're going to put our new saddle valve in here. So this guy threads right on there, and with having plastic threads, and this also has O-rings, so you shouldn't need thread tape on those, but you can go ahead and use thread tape if you really want to be extra safe. So you're going to want to give this guy a couple turns on the bottom, and then once it's tight, you still can move the valve around. And then next you're going to want to put on your water line to your kitchen faucet. And as you can see, the old line below, I'm going to have to cancel that out. And I really like that the new valve has a 1/4 inch input, because my last one had an 1/8 inch. So now we're going to go ahead and put the faucet on. As you can see, you put that little collar on there. It's got the O-ring on there. And then whenever you get it under the sink, then you're going to want to do the black rubber seal and your nut first, and then you can see this guy threads right on, and then that also has an O-ring too. This one's a little bit more difficult, so you're going to end up in the cabinet to get this guy nice and tight. And then it also helps if somebody's above to hold the faucet where you want it to finish at. And then don't forget, you got to put this guy in after you get the nut on there and your spacer. And then I'm going to get that guy nice and snug. And once it's snug, yeah, I really like the nice look it has. And then when you pull it down, it actually lets the water out. So now that we got that guy installed, now let's put the filter system in. So first we're going to take a reverse osmosis cap off, and then you can just leave that guy right there. And then the filter for the reverse osmosis looks like this. So go ahead and get those rubber fittings wet beforehand. That's why my hands are wet. It really makes installing this a lot easier. And then go ahead and get the cap hand tight. And then next you're going to want to grab the wrench and then give it a little snug fit. And then once you get that guy on there, go ahead and plug in the pre-assembled red hose. And then once that hose is hooked up, I'm going to jump and we're going to start putting in the filters. So I'm going to do the stage 1 filter, and this is just for sediment. And then that will go on this side here. And I find it helps just to kind of get the filter guided on there, and then turn the canisters. So the same process, you'll want to turn each one of these on until it's snug, and then use the wrench to make sure it's nice and tight. And then we're just going to repeat this process with the next. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to our stage 2 filter. And then this one has a foam ring on top. So if you put it in upside down, your water won't work. So make sure your foam ring's up top. And then whenever you get this guy in there, also give it a little turn with the wrench to make sure it's nice and tight, because nobody likes water leaks. And last, we're going to go to our third filter. As you can see, this is our carbon filter. So next, we're going to put this guy in there. Now, once you get all your filters installed, I like to get everything together so that way I can figure out where I want to mount it. So I like to hold it where I want it, and then I'm going to mark one side and then measure and then put some screws on my cabinet. And then I really like the holes are bigger on the bottom so that way I can just slide it onto the screws. Next, we're going to hook up our water tank, and this will be our yellow line. So you'll just want to go ahead and thread that guy on there. And then once you get that on there, you're going to want to close this valve for the initial use. So right there, the valve is on open, and if I turn it to the side, it will be closed. Next, we're going to take that yellow line and then we're going to run it over to this filter right here. As you can see, this one has a yellow cap, so that lets us know where we want to put that one. And then once we get that guy plugged in there, so the next part we're going to use is one of these threaded 90s. So one side is threaded. These ones come with the thread tape already installed on them, and some versions may come with O-rings. So you're going to want to get this guy nice and snug and tight. Once we get that in, we're going to hook up one of our red hoses to our saddle valve on our cold faucet line. And then this red line is cuttable. You can use a razor blade to cut it, so it really makes it nice and easy to work with. So once you get that into position, you'll want to put the blue clip on there to stop it from moving around. And then we're going to position this over here where we're going to put our leak stop protector. I have the leak stop protector on the floor here. So as you can see, this will stop if there's any leaks detected in the cabinet. This will shut the water system off automatically, and I really liked it that it has this feature. I wish my other one had this before it ruined my basement floor. So once we'll take the faucet line and go into the inside of the water stop, and then we're going to connect our other red line to the outside, the out connector that will go into our first stage of the filter. And we just got a couple more things to do and we're almost there. So next it comes with these two little clamps, and this will be for the 6-stage water filter system. So we're going to put these clamps up top here, and this is for the pH increaser filter, the good filter. So this guy comes with his 90 push connectors. So these ones just pop right into the filter itself, and then you also just plug them right in. So I really like that these are really easy to work with. So as you can see here, I just push them in. So once we do that, we're going to put the filter up top here, and then we just have a couple more lines to hook up. And I like how tight and nice this fits in my cabinet, and it doesn't take up all my storage space. And then next we're going to take our blue line, and then we're going to hook it up to the faucet. And if you get lost at any point of this project, the instructions are really great, and they have diagrams to break all this down. And then once we got the blue line hooked up to the faucet that's up by the sink, we're going to plug it into this guy. So that's pretty much all our connections. There's just two more. We have our drain hose connection right here. So we're going to plug our black hose into that guy. And then this black hose will discharge any of the dirty water that the system creates. And then once that's plugged in, it's just another push connector. And then you'll want to make sure you do your blue clips. And then this is where it has, I forgot to go over, the flow protection on the inlet side. Don't forget to install that. And then there's another threaded 90 on the other side of the filter. I almost forgot about that one. So go ahead and get that guy in there nice and tight. And then that's where this red hose goes, right there. You just plug into that 90. And then a little white hose connects over there. And then this is where you can do your saddle. I already had a system installed, so I'm just plugging into that old one. And then don't forget to put in one of these tablets in the filter stop system. So this guy basically inflates if it gets water, and then it shuts the system off. And yeah, we're ready to turn the water. So I'm going to turn the water back on to my faucet. After I turn that valve on, I'm going to turn on the water system valve, and I can hear the water flowing. And then once you have the water on, you're just going to want to check to make sure all your connections are good, and then make sure your faucet is open and your tank is off. And then that way you can start flushing out the system. And you want to keep an eye on this for a little bit to make sure there's no leaks anywhere. Luckily, I didn't have any leaks. So you're going to want to check this again. So as you can see, when you first turn on the system, this may take up to 10 minutes. You get a small trickle. After this step's completed, you're going to want to go ahead and open your tank and then fill that up. And then you're going to want to flush it 3 to 5 times to get all the water out and all the contaminants. And then it also comes with this TDS sensor. So the water on my right is straight out of my tap, and we're going to go ahead and check that to get a baseline. And as you can see, out of my tap is 600 parts per million. So that's pretty high. So now we're going to go ahead and check what came out of the reverse osmosis system. So as you can see, the sensor is back to 0. And then I'm going to go ahead and put it in the other cup. And we're only at 39. And they say with the alkaline filter, it will add a couple parts to your system, but that's a good thing. So I'm really happy with the results of this guy. What I'm mostly impressed about is the water pressure. Compared to my old system, this thing's a rocket. So I can fill up this whole pitcher of water in about a minute, which would take like 5 to 7 minutes with my other system. So this is so much faster. I highly recommend it. The water tastes great. You can definitely taste the difference. And I'm just really happy with this system. And if you get this system, you'll be just as happy as me. And thank you, Nu Aqua, for sending us to check out. I'm really impressed with the water quality of this guy and the output. I highly recommend this reverse osmosis system.